Hi guys, it's Hailey. So welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do kind of a little overview slash review of the popular Netflix show, The Haunting of Hill House. Did I say that right? Yeah, I did. For some reason, the title of this show is very similar to one of my favorite classic horror movies called House on Haunted Hill. And so it was like a tongue twister when I first found out about the show. I kept calling it the wrong name, even though I know it's not that. So I wanted to make sure I'm not saying the wrong name. Also, I need to make sure we're in focus here because when I was filming this, a few minutes ago, I tried filming it and it just wasn't in focus. So I'm trying this again. Anyways, so I wanted to review this because y'all know your girl likes horror and stuff like that. I usually am not super big on shows though. I just can't get into them. But for some reason, I actually did start watching this. So, and it is very popular right now. So I thought I would make a video of my opinion on the show. So, if you've been a subscriber of mine for a while, you will know that I was super into Bates Motel when it was on. I still am into Bates Motel. It's just, it's over, so it's not relevant anymore. When Bates Motel ended, I made a little video, basically like a review like this, except it was the end of the whole show, whereas this is just one season into the show because they only put one season on Netflix so far. But when I did that, I am a complete idiot, and I'm going to bring it up just because Adrian always laughs at me for it, and I never thought it was weird until now. I did a video on my thoughts on Bates Motel, but at the same time, that was when Graveyard Shift by Motel Swank came out, and so I collabed those two things into one video because I didn't think they were interesting enough to film two different videos for. I don't know why, because I think they are, but for some reason I was like, no, I don't watch these if they're separate, so I'm going to mash them together. Well, that's already kind of weird. I have a thumbnail of Norman, getting held by, Norma Bates, right? And then on the side of it, I, cropped Graveyard Shift in because I was like, oh, well, they're both in my video, so I'm gonna put them together. And it just looks hilarious. And Adrian always laughs at me for it. He's always like, it just looks ridiculous. So, I don't know why I'm even mentioning this. Go check that video out before I delete it, because I'm probably gonna delete it from my channel because it looks really funny. So, without all this nonsense, I'm ranting already about things that just don't even have to do with this. So, I don't know, sit down, grab a snack, watch this. I don't know how long this is going to be. I don't feel like I have a whole ton to say, but I do have stuff to say about this. So yeah. So this show, The Haunting of Hill House, when it came on Netflix, everyone would not shut up about it. Everyone was going crazy saying it's just phenomenal, amazing, great. And I usually, if people, hype a show up that much, I'll get a little bit interested, and so that did pique my interest, and I was like, okay. The main thing was everyone was saying how terrifying this show was, that it was actually, genuinely scary, no jump scares, none of that, just bam, in-your-face horror. So this really caught my attention, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna watch this. And so on my free time, I started, binge watching it, and I'll admit, I did get really addicted, probably into, I'd say episode 3, I started getting addicted, right? And I was just in a hurry to finish it because that's how I get when I'm into a show. I will finish that thing so quick. I will finish a season in a few days. So that's what I did. And I was a bit confused on how I felt about it at first because I was really, really into it, and I was so enjoying it throughout the season. And then I don't know why when the show ended, I just felt this huge weight of disappointment on me, and I wasn't even sure if I didn't like it because of it. And I was like, I don't know. I'm I don't know how I feel. Well, now I have gathered my thoughts. I know how I feel about the show. I think it was a little disappointing. And that's hard for me to say because I did enjoy watching it, but it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. I don't know. Recently, I feel like we have a lot of these shows that are horror-based shows, but it's just a soap opera, and that's fine because I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a little teenage bitch at heart, so I like stuff like that. But at the same time, everyone was hyping this show up so much for being so horror based and so many horror elements, and while it definitely had some, it wasn't really what I was looking for. And it did have drama and stuff, which made it really juicy, and it had tea, so you're into it. But I realized that's not what I was really wanting out of this show. I don't know. I feel like it just became more family drama based than actual horror based, which that's fine. but I just didn't like the way things like concluded, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like it almost ended a bit cheesy. I feel like at times the show was really cheesy. And while there was things I liked about it, like I really liked the characters on the show. I feel like they were really strong and I liked that. And when I say strong, I mean they showed a lot of depth to each character. So I did really enjoy that. But some things were just flat out really cheesy about the show. And one thing everyone was saying, like I already brought up earlier, that there's not really jump scares. It's just like straight up pure horror. And I disagree. I completely disagree. I thought this show actually had not an unreasonable amount of jump scares, but it definitely had a lot for a show, which none of them scared me. Like none of them even made me jump. But for what it's worth, I think they were jump scares, not like actual terrifying things to look at. And I also didn't find anything really scary. So I don't know if that's just bothering me that everyone's like, dude, this show's so scary, I can't finish it. Like everyone online has just been saying how terrifying the show is. And I disagree. I don't think it was. And that's not why I was disappointed with it, because I've never been the type to be like, something's not good because it's not scary. I don't think that something being scary is what makes it good. I mean, I personally don't get scared by a whole lot anyways. So I would probably not like any horror movies if that's what I based it on. But I don't know. Basically my thoughts were this show was not all it was hyped up to be. It was a decent, I don't want to say good, but yeah, it was a decent show. Would I recommend it? If you have some time to waste or you're just looking for something to watch, then yeah, I would be like, oh, give it a shot. You know, maybe you'll like it, because a lot of people do. But I wouldn't suggest jumping into it as much as I did. Like, I was, like, just really eager. I was really eager to finish it, and now I'm like, I don't know why. So, was it my favorite show? No, it wasn't. And I know it's, like, everyone's favorite show right now, and I hate to be, like, the person that's just talking shit about it, because it wasn't the worst thing ever. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't. I may even watch it again just because I feel like it just concluded really badly for me. I don't know. Like, I didn't like the way it ended. And before you guys were like, okay, that was season 1. We're going to have more seasons, which I think we are supposed to get a season 2 of the show, which I will watch when it comes out. But I didn't like how this season ended. I thought it was really cheesy, and yeah, it just fell short of my expectations and from what everyone was hyping it up to be. And the reason I'm also disappointed, you know, it's just kind of that thing. It's like, well, don't believe people's opinions. This was a lot of people that I kind of trust their opinions because they like similar things. Like, they've liked similar movies that I like. And so I'm like, oh, we have a similar taste going on here, so I'll like this. I don't know. Like, I did and I didn't. It's really confusing. Like I said, I think the biggest aspect was everyone was acting like it was just a lot more horror-based than I think it was. So, trying to think if I left anything out. I don't want to just be like stating the same facts over and over again and sounding like a broken record here, but I did want to definitely give my thoughts because people actually have been asking me a lot if I was watching it. Like, I got a few DMs on Twitter and just responses to tweets that I tweeted asking if I was watching it. So, and if you did watch it and enjoy it, I'm happy for you. I'm glad you did. I wish I enjoyed it more than I did, because being hooked on a show is like the most incredible and devastating feeling all at once. Like, I wish I could genuinely find a show that I love and was as devoted to as I was to Bates Motel, because that was my life, and unfortunately I haven't found that yet. So with that being said, recommend good shows down below. They don't have to be horror based, like they don't have to be like specifically themes like that, but I do tend to enjoy stuff like that more. So if you have good shows in that area, recommend them. And if you have anything that's just super awesome otherwise, recommend them too. Also, I hope you guys like my my yellow eyeshadow I did today. It was inspired by SpongeBob. I'm just kidding. That was a total lie. If you know me, you know I like hate SpongeBob. I have never watched SpongeBob besides like a couple episodes. Like, I've never been into SpongeBob and stuff. Like, SpongeBob is whack. But I just thought I would do this, like, I almost want to say orange every time. This yellow makeup look, because I've never done yellow eyeshadow. I've never worn yellow eyeshadow. I don't know why. So that has nothing to do with this video. I know. I'm gonna get people in the comments like, why do people always go on about things for so long that don't have anything to do with the video? And it's like, don't watch this then. Like, if I'm doing that, then back out of it. Because I've gotten a couple comments like that recently. I'm like, because I'm talking to the subscribers that like actually like the things I talk about. That's why. Anyways, so that is enough of me rambling on. Have a good rest of your day or night wherever you are. Follow me on my social medias, which will be linked down below as always, and watch some of my other videos while you're at it. And if you're new here, say hi in the comments below, and subscribe, like, what else? Comment, all that good shit. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!